Welcome to SyrupDrop. I'm Jessica Bomero, and this is my colleague Rose Bahar.
Hey everyone!
Who just got back from California, and look at her tan.
Boy, it's pretty brown. I think so.
Before we begin our broadcast today, a moment of silence for our dearly departed Shomi, who has officially stopped operating. In other news, Netflix has officially allowed its users to stream content offline. Now, this isn't a cross-platform initiative, it's just available on the iOS and Android apps.
Yeah, no desktop, unfortunately. But there is quite a range of content that you can enjoy offline.
Absolutely. While we originally thought it was just going to be original content, there is a wide variety of very popular shows in the available to download section on either the iOS or Android apps.
Right, about 100 shows. And this kind of came out of nowhere. People, they just dropped this on us like it's a Christmas present.
Yeah, absolutely. But it hasn't necessarily come out of nowhere entirely because it has been rumored that they were going to do this for a very long time.
Yes.
Though there was no warning that it was going to come out yesterday.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa to everyone.
And if you're going on vacation for the holidays, you can watch The Office or The Equalizer on the plane.
Exactly. And in other news, Freedom Mobile did its little thing last week and started up an LTE network.
Only not really.
Only not really. Right. So, I mean, everybody thought, okay, LTE network is up. But there were obviously some restrictions to that anyway, to begin with, just in the downtown Toronto and Vancouver cores. And what's more, it doesn't actually work yet. They're still doing compatibility testing or optimization testing is what they said.
Yeah, so talk about a slow start for Freedom Mobile. They've rebranded their entire platform, and they did that pretty quickly considering they made the announcement not too long ago. But when the big day came to launch their LTE network, instead what they had to do was offer a retainer plan to its customers.
Right. I mean, because it was limited anyway. Like, only the LG V20 at the launch of that LTE network was going to work on AWS 3/band 66. But it didn't even work. So people were, understandably pretty cheesed off. And what the company did was they sent out an email to those customers in Toronto and Vancouver with, a retention plan offer.
Okay.
So it was kind of, it's not that great of a plan. It's a little bit, adds a little more data to the plans that are in market. But essentially it was just this idea of sorry guys.
That's really unfortunate. What are the specifics of the plan that Wind is offering its customers?
So it's called the Smartphone 45 LTE plan, and it has 6 gigs of data and unlimited talk to Canada and the US. And that's about 1 gig more. That is 1 gig more than the in-market plans. So it's, and it also doesn't offer the roaming features that the in-market plan has.
Right.
So it's an interesting retention plan. It's a mild one, but I thought the really interesting part was just in that email, the senior vice president of commercial just being we're trying our best. At the end, that's essentially what he said. He's just we're trying our best.
I honestly feel really bad for Freedom Mobile at this point. This was supposed to be their big launch. This was supposed to be their moment to come back with an LTE network to really be a viable competitor for the big three. And the day comes.
And this is what happens. But we should also note that there is one more option now for phones that work on
today,
LTE.
Right?
That's right. Yeah, the ZTE Grand X4. And it's kind of different from the LG V20 in that it's less expensive. So it's only $300.
Yeah, that's true. It's only $299.
Yeah.
And but from what I've heard, the LG V20 is the one that people are really going to be interested in.
Probably.
Of the two.
Yeah.
And these aren't phones that people are going to go to the store and ask for. Nobody's going to go to the Rogers store or the Wind store and say, hey, I want the ZTE Grand X4.
No, you're probably right. It would be, obviously people are looking for iPhones, people are looking for Samsungs. So yeah, it's still pretty niche.
It's very niche, but the reason that these two phones are the only ones available on Freedom Mobile's new LTE network is that they're the only ones that match the frequency that's being offered.
Right, they're the only ones that are compatible. Yeah, exactly.
So I guess they're kind of betting on the fact that there will be more phones that are compatible with this network in the future.
They said more coming in 2017, very vague, but it's a promise.
Yeah, and more locations coming in 2017. So while the Greater Toronto area and the Greater Vancouver area are currently or technically available on Freedom Mobile's LTE network, the spring of 2016 will bring a slew of new locations.
That's right, that's what they say.
All right, well, I guess we keep our fingers crossed at this point and wish them the best of luck going forward, because it has been a bit of a slow start at this point.
It truly has. Well, that's it for this week on SyrupDrop. Make sure to check us out next week and smash that like button and smash that subscribe button too.
Thanks, guys. Actually allow users to stream.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Well, what can you do?
Just
I just can't resist myself. Okay.
It's like some shows like The Office and Netflix, the whole show.
Netflix the show.